Hi, I'm Katie, and my partner and I, Nick, have decided to talk about the Sebring water crisis. According to CBS News, it's a small town about halfway between Canton and Youngstown that is facing a growing drinking water crisis similar to the Flint, Michigan case, and it has captured national news attention. A report that was on Cleveland.com said that the Ohio EPA required Sebring to test its water for lead in August and September. The Ohio EPA received some raw data that suggested a problem with the lead in the water, but the agency couldn't confirm the high lead levels existed in the water. Why? Sebring failed to provide the EPA with all of the data the agency required and requested to determine the lead levels. They sent too small of samples and not from the specific areas which were asked. Our group decided to talk about this problem because the Sebring water crisis was a local problem that involved drinking water. We found many informational websites, mainly news reports and interviews done by other people, which we found on WKBN and CBS News and Cleveland.com. Throughout this speech, Nick and I will be discussing the problem of the water crisis. Then we will analyze the problems and its causes. Next, we'll talk about the criteria and the limitations. After that, we will discuss possible solutions and the best possible solution that we've come up with. And lastly, Nick will be discussing the group communication and a recap of the entire presentation. The importance of this crisis is because elevated copper levels in water cause high contamination and can get people very sick. Schools have actually been shut down because of their drinking water and all the water inside the school. And they're currently in steps to revoking the superintendent's license. There's many different people who are affected by this problem. Basically anyone who drinks out of a sink or a fountain. The city manager told children and pregnant women not to drink water. And 7 out of 20 homes were actually found with contaminated water levels because the lead in the water was found too high. This problem is taking place in Sebring, Ohio, which is in Mahoning County, and happened in January in 2016. As previously said, we found most of our facts from WKBN, CBS News, Cleveland.com, WKYC.com, WFMJ, and Cincinnati.com. More specific problems that this crisis is causing is dirty, undrinkable water, school closings, limited bottled water supply, expensive EPA tests to retest all the water. It affected about 5,000 people, and it revoked the license of the water treatment operator and the superintendent. The lead that leaked from the pipes is what's mainly causing the problem, because that's what carries the water to the homes. And at some unknown point, the village stopped adding sodium hydroxide to the water, which that chemical helps from corroding the pipes and having leaching lead. For developing criteria and limitations, we've come up with hire a new treatment operator, set up an action plan for clean water, clean all of the pipes if that's possible, and to retest all the water. For limitations, there would definitely be a financial limitation because according to WKBN, Sebring, Ohio was granted $400,000 to deal with this problem, and the money will help the village cover $70,000 spent on testing the water, and they were given bottled water to the homes in the town after dangerously high levels were found in several houses. The rest of the money coming from the fund of the USDA will pay for a new technology that will monitor the pH levels in the Sebring water plant. This system will actually add chemicals automatically, so this problem will not happen again in the future. Now I'm going to pass it on to Nick, who will discuss possible solution ideas.